Hello, welcome to Cracking the Cryptic, and this video is going out at the same time as Simon is streaming The Witness, so if you forgot that, feel free to nip over there and come back and watch this later. But whenever you're watching this, whether it's right away or whether it's after watching Simon, you are very welcome, and we're looking forward to that. Of course, this is just a reminder that he is playing through The Witness as far as he can get, and I think this, I don't know, is this the 5th stream or the 6th? I don't even know. That's how much attention I'm paying. I'm just keeping an eye on all the comments, frankly. Anyway, so that is going on the channel as well. Now, tomorrow, we are going to be launching the Looney Tunes Sudoku Hunt, our September Patreon reward. Puzzles by Cracking the Cryptic. So there are 3 puzzles and a kind of meta puzzle. Do feel free to join us on Patreon. We would love it if you did. Thank you to an incredibly generous person who upped their pledge. Was it? I think it was Fry the Guy even. Fantastic. Thank you. But anybody who joins us on Patreon, we are very grateful to. So thank you. Of course, you can also buy our apps on SUDOKU PAD and in the links under the video. We realise we're a couple of months behind on some of the updates, but they will all be 100 puzzles in due course. So thank you for bearing with us. So much going on all the time, I'm afraid. And I think when we launched the first apps, we were never expecting to be broadcasting 2 videos a day, but we carry on with that because frankly, the reaction says people want it. So we're going to keep trying to do that. So this is by one of the constructors whose name makes the mouth water, Aud van der Wetering, the Dutch puzzle master who has sent us so many, who was the constructor of the video that has now had over 7 million views. And he's sent us his latest, Crosses and Pluses. So let's have a look at this puzzle and see what we've got here. It's playable on the link under the video. The rules are these. Diagonal lines are each sequences, not necessarily in order. And that means they're renban lines, if you're familiar with that. So these 3 digits must be a sequence of numbers like 2, 3, 4, or 7, 8, 9, but not necessarily written in order. Now the same is true for that, 3, etc. Horizontal and vertical lines each sum to the same, on each plus, the horizontal and vertical lines sum to the same number. So the 2 orange lines have the same sum, the 2 purple lines have the same sum, etc. The number may be different for each of those colours or pluses. And that's what we have. Normal Sudoku rules, of course. Do give it a try. As with most of Ard's puzzles, we get a few given digits, 8 of them this time, I think. So thanks to Ard for that. Looking forward to giving this a try, and do give it a go yourself. Let's get cracking, see what happens. Right. Now, what do these renban lines mean? Right, here. Yeah, this can't be 6, 7, 8 because of that 8. So this line has to be 7, 6, 5 or 6, 5, 4. And this line, it can't have a 7 there because these can't be either 8 or 6. Okay, so if it's a 5, these are 4 and 3. And if this is a 4, then this is a 5, then these are 3 and 2. So they always contain a 3. So this can't be a 4, actually. Yes, there is a general principle here that the number in the middle of the cross, like this 7 here, is in the middle of a string of 5 digits. That must be right, I think. Yeah, look at this 7. One of these lines has to be a 5, 6 to make the 5, 6, 7 string, and the other one has to be 8, 9. I don't know which is which, but yeah, the number in the center of the cross has to be the center of a string of 5. That is right. Right. So that is a very long-winded way of saying that can't be 4. I don't think one of those is 5, because this is either 4, 5, 6 or 5, 6, 7. This is still right, and I don't know which way they go. But right, on this 7 thing now, we've definitely got 5, 6, 8 and 9 in the corners. So because 5 can't be down this side, therefore 6 can't be down that side, because one of these lines is 5, 6, 7. We know the 5's over this side, so it's 6 has to be over this side. The same works with 8, which can't be up there, and therefore 9 can't be down there. I think that must be right. So we've got this sort of chocolate teapot quadruple, which we can't resolve, of 5, 6, 8, 9. So these others are 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now this 2, right, this can now be 3 or 4, I think. It can't be any more than that, obviously. And it can't be 1, because you'd have to put a 2 on that line as well. So, it can't be 3, because this would have to be a 1 and would clash with that. So this is definitely a 4. This is 3. This is a 5, 6 pair. That must be right, I think. There's no other way for this cross to be disposed. So these are 1, 7, 8, and 9. Now, up here, we've got... Oh, hang on, look, that 1 can't be there or there, so it must be there. Okay, yes. Once we have a 4 or 5 in the middle here, 1 is... I want to call it an outie in these orthogonally attached squares. A 9 must be in one of those two. Now, if that's a 4, this is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So then it's 9 and 7. But if that's a 5, it's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's 2 and 9. Oh, that can't be a 7 because of the given 7. So this is either 9, 2 or 9, 7 here. And it's either 9, 2, a 2, 5, 9 triple or a 7, 4, 9 triple, because this dictates whether it is a 2 or a 7 accompanying the 9. Oh, so that might have some bearing on what this total can be in the pluses, because I've been looking at these pluses and thinking they're not actually all that helpful because we've got no digits on them. How do we guess the totals? Okay, what's going on with this 1? Okay, these middle cells. Now I've worked out that they have to be in the middle of a run of 5. I've understood that they always have to be 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 on the crosses. Now that one can't be a 4 because of that. It also can't be a 3 because 1 would have to be on the diagonal cells. And 1 is clearly there. So it's not a 3. So 5, 6, or 7. I don't think it can be 7 either. Yes, the reason it can't be 7 is because one of the renbans from 7 is a 5, 6, 7. And if 7 was there, one of these two, whichever one was 5, 6, 7, one of these two cells would have to be 5 or 6, and it can't be. Now if this is 6, then down here, we can't, then if this is 6, we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in the highlighted cells. So we would have 5 and 8 up here and 4 and 7 down here. But this could be 5. And in that case, it's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we have 5, 6 up here. No, we don't. If it's 5 in the middle, it's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, 6 is still up there. And 7 is down here. But 3 and 4 could now be anywhere. So they could be 3 and 4. They could be 3 and 4. Actually, we've got a 3 there, which takes 3 out of those two. I think we're left with those possibilities. 2 is never on this cross, so it must be in one of those 2 cells. 9 is never on it either, and look, 9 is in one of these 2 cells looking into those. So 9 actually forms a pair with 2, I reckon. What does this end up being? If this is a 5, this is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and that's an 8. But if this is 6, it's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 on the cross, and that is a 3. So what did I say? If that is 5, this is 8. But if it's 6, it's 3. It's always 3 away from that. How bizarre. So this could be 1, 5, 8. This would then be 4, which would go with 2, 3, which will go with 7, 9. We'd have 1, 5, 8, 4, 7, 9. And this group would be 2, 3, 6. Now, there's an alternative, though. If this was 6, which doesn't fix that, if this was 6, it would be on a 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That would be 3. So it would be 1, 6, 3. This would have to have a 5. Yes, look at this row. There's got to be a 5 in it. And none of those cells are possible. So one of the centers of the cross is a 5. So if this was 1, 6, 3, that's a 5. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's a 2, 9. So we've got 5, 2, 9, 1, 6, 3. Then this group is 4, 7, 8. Sorry, these are not proper pencil marks. This is just me notating to say this is either made up of a set that add up to 19. Can we do that? That's quite big. I suppose it could share an 8. Couldn't. Oh, it could even share a 4 and be 6, 4, 9. So that does work. So these 2 possible fills, I don't know. I'm gonna colour those cells because they're not real pencil marks for those cells. They're just me trying to memorise the fill of these 3. I may get rid of them in a moment. Now this. Can this be a 3? Then these would be 1, 2, 4, and 5. Yeah, I think they can be. I don't see why not. Can it be a 5? 3, 4, 5. Well, then 6. No, it can't be a 5, actually. Because one of the cross pieces would be 5, 6, 7, and would need a 6 or a 7 on this side. Ha! It can't be a 5. Can I rule these out? No, because I've only got 6 and 7. If this was a 6, then 7's that side, 8's that side, and 5, 4 can be anywhere. If it's a 7, 8's that side, 9's that side. So either this is a 5 and that's a 6. Well, there's got to be a 5, remember, on a cross centre here. So if that's a 5, that's a 4. And if that's a 5, that's a 6. One is in one of those 2 cells. Not very interesting. What about these pluses then? What are they doing for us? Diddly squat is my main feeling about that. Oh, there's a 2, 9 pair, so 9 is not in those cells, so 9 is in one of these. Now if that couldn't be a 7, then 9 would be in one of those, but that wouldn't really help. What if 1, maybe there's a problem if 1 is always off the cross. Maybe these 5 corners somehow have to be 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. And if that was the case, we could fill in 5, 6 and 3. Is there a reason why that would have to be in the puzzle? There might be. There might be, knowing art. There's probably something very clever going on. Why would they all see each other in some way? I think it could be to do with these other numbers. What I was thinking a moment ago was, what if 1 was always in these other numbers? So that will happen if this is not a 3 in the center here. So then 1 ends up in that pair, it would have to be in that pair, it would have to be in that pair. It would be in that pair, obviously. And then 1 would never be on a plus. No, that's not true. It would never be on these bits of the pluses. That doesn't really mean anything. Well, I'm told that you never have to bifurcate in ARDS puzzles. So although I'd love to, if I was in a competition, I'd be choosing one of these as a 5 and seeing if it broke, frankly, or if it finished the puzzle. But I'm not going to do that. Let's see what we can find. Look, these are interesting rows and columns. Yes, remember the pluses have to add up to each other. Right, hang on. Let's see if we've got a set going on. So, okay, now I'm getting confused with the colouring, so I'm going to take out the numbering there. Just try and remember that that's either 4, 7, 8 or 2, 3, 6 in that set. I won't remember that, never mind. Purple there, oops, green down these ones. Wow, my steering is off. I think there's a spot on my mouse pad. Right, green down those ones. So obviously the purples all add up to 45. Each row adds up to 45. You know the secret. 1 to 9 adds up to 45. So the purples all add up to 45. So that total is the same for purples and greens because we've got 3 rows and 3 columns. Look what we can eliminate. Those 3 add up to the same as those 3 because of the rule about pluses. So we can eliminate all these things from this adding up. We can eliminate all these shared centres because they're both purple and green. They're obviously counted once for each. Now we know that the remaining purples add up to the same total as the greens. But we don't know they're the same set of digits, although they might be. Is that any use? I don't know. I don't think it is, because here the greens could add up to 3 and the purples to 7, or the other way around, or 5 each, or even 6, 4. And that really throws this sum hard. I mean, we're not getting any double. Well, if that was a 3, but we don't know that. I thought that was clever, but I don't think that works. I mean, these are definitely interesting rows and columns. Somehow I've begun to feel that the numbers orthogonally attached to the centres of the crosses are more interesting than the numbers in the corners of the crosses that are on the crosses. Oh, okay. Right, I don't know. We know that every cross, once we know its centre, we know what the cross adds up to. Because with the 7 in the centre, obviously that's 5 digits all averaging 7. So the cross adds up to 35. So these other digits add up to 10, which is 45 minus 35, and we can see they do. So once we know these, that's not right. Okay, this... Oh, right, this way it doesn't matter what disposition of 1, 2, 3, 4 around the middle is. Hang on a sec, this is interesting. Maybe, I think. Right. Yeah, look at the central row and the central column. Obviously, they add up to, well, each row adds up to 45, so the central row adds up to 45. Each column does the same, so the central column adds up to 45. But the digits I've highlighted don't add up to 90 because of the 7, which appears in them both. So they add up to 83. And if you take out the 17 in the central box, what's left adds up to 66. And that is 1 strut of the orange plus 1 strut of the green, 1 strut of the purple, 1 strut of the blue. Ah, so these cells add up to 66 as well. Exactly the same total for the other struts because of the rule about the pluses. Right. Right. So they add up to 66. Let's colour these blue. Let's get rid of the purple colouring. Let's get rid of the green colouring. We can go back to that if we need it for anything. Let us now, 66 in the blue. Remember that number for me. Yeah, I'm not going to highlight the centre anymore. That's done. Let's go orange on these. Right, 66. But 66 in the blue. The total of the rows 2 and 8 plus columns 2 and 8 is 180. Because each one is 45, we multiply that by 4, we get 180. That is going to count these 4 cells twice. That's fine. Right, down here we know what the total of these is. It's 1, 7, 8, 9 and 2 lots of 4. That is 33. 66 plus 33 means that the blue cells, counting that twice, add up to 99. Now we are going to approach 180. Let us assume that this is the 5. Then we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on the cross. We have 1, 2, 9, 8 there and a 5 in the middle. That is 30. 9 plus 1 is 10. 2 plus 8 is 10. 2 lots of 5 is 30. So we were on 99, which is an easy number to remember, thank God. That would take us with a 5 here to 129. This would be a 4. And we'd have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we'd have 1, 8, 7, 9. Which is 25, and 2 lots of 4, 33. We got up to 129. That would take us up to 162. And these, including the central cell twice, would have to add up to 18 to make the total up to 180. So these would have to be incredibly low. And even at their lowest, like here, they add up to 24, so there is no way. So I think that proves that this is a 5 and this is a 4, and then we'll work out what this is. No, that was the way I did it, was with this being a 5 and that being a 4. Yes, weirdly, by making the central number bigger, we make these numbers smaller, and that's what we need to do. So this is a 6, and this is where the 5 goes in row 2. Let's try this. I think this is right. I think this is logic. Right, so we're up to 99 in the blue so far. Now we've got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 on the cross. So that becomes a 3. And we're up to 99. Now we've got 10, 21, and the 6 again, 27 there. 126 in the blue now. Now here, that's become a 7. This is a 3, 4 pair. This is now a 2, 9 pair. So here we've got, oh well, yeah, that's 30. Every time we've got a 5 in the center, that cross adds up to 30, counting the 5 twice. I can't remember what we got up to now. We were 99 plus, sorry, my memory fails, 27 there, weren't we? So 126 plus 30 is 156. So this now has to add up to 24, which is what you get with a 7 in the middle of it. 7 and 7 is 14, plus 1, 2, 3, 4 is 24. That is the minimum number for this. Bingo, 7 there. We get 1, 2, 3, 4 around it. And we need this to add up to 24, and it does. There is no other combination that does, because we've tried it with 6, 5, 4, and we even, well, with a 3 in the middle, it works out as 3 plus 3 plus 6, 7, 8, 9. It's about 42, no, 36. Anyway, it's far too high. That is the right number. This works. And this must be right now. And it's not 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in these centers. It's 7, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we, oh, that's, okay, if this had been a 5 in the middle, I can tell this. It could have been 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, because then this sum would have left these being average. Oh, that's so weird. Okay, anyway, let's see if we can solve it now. No 1 there. Except me. There is a 1 here, so those don't have a 1. Oh, no, I've got the 9 there. Right, that's not 6. Let's just... This goes with either 6 and 4. Oh, but it can't be a 5. Why don't I think that can be a 5? Oh, I'm wrong. It is a 5. Why have I not pencil marked a 5 in there? I'm not going all the way back to find out. I think that can be a 5 and I just left it out. 5 there and 5 there. We need a 5 up here. But it could, maybe it could be here. Let's assume I was just duff with the pencil marks. So there is a 5 up there. Therefore, there is a 4 down here and not up here. There's certainly no 3 on the cross because 3 is there. So 6, 5 and 4, 6, 7 and 8. So we've got a 5, 8 pair up there and a 4, 7 pair down here, which sees that as a 3. We get 4 there. We've got 2, 5, 9. This now we know is 4, 7, 8. That is not a 7. Now the important thing here is actually those two cells will always add up to the same as those two. Because if those 3 add up to those 3, the common digit is there and can be ignored in a way. So this is either 7 plus 4, making that 11. Actually, that would have to be 2, 9, because 7, 4, 8 and 5 would have been used in the box. Or it's 7 plus 8, and that's 6, 9. So there's definitely a 9 in there, and either 2 or 6. The 1 is not there. We can place the 1 now. This can't be 6. So 1, 4, 5, 8. There is a 3 up here. 6. Okay, that's good. That effectively deals with this as far as we can. That can't be a 1 now. 1, 5, 8. 7 is there. Okay, there's an 8 over this side and a 9 over this side and a 6 over this side and a 5 over this side. Because of that 7 and... No, because of that 6 and that 8, we know that they go... Which sides they go. Right. The 6, 9 is over there, so this becomes a 2 and that becomes a 9. Box 1 is done. This can't be 4 and this can't be 2 or 3. Oh, come on. Ooh, this has got to have a 5 and a 6 on it. And then what? Ah, there's a 7 there. So this is an 8-9 pair. Right, that's better. So that's a 1-7 pair. So we've got 1, 4, 7, 2, 6, 9. This is 3, 5, 8. But we don't have... Oh, that can't be an 8. 16 here without a 7 in. And it can't be 3, 5, 8 here. Maybe we'll come back to that in a bit. That 4, yes, that sorts this as a 1. Oh, no. Right, this is either 5, 6, 2 or 5, 6, 3. Oh, gosh. Come on, come on. I'm probably just missing something here. Let's... 8, 9, I don't know. 3, 5, 8. 6, 5. Okay, what have we not used? Oh, we've got 5 to place in column 5, and it's not there, and it's not there. Right. And one of these is a 5, so the 5 is here in the center of this. Ah, okay, that feels a little more interesting. Now, these two either add up to 2, well, they're either 2 and 3, in which case they have to be 1 and 4. Or they're 2 and 6, and that's impossible. Can't be 2, 6, 5, 3, or 1, 7. So one of these is a 3, and I've got it marked that one of them is a 6. Yes, we need a 6 in the row. So that is 3 and 6, in fact. These add up to 9 without using 3, 6, 5, 4, or 7, 2. They are 1, 8. That makes this a 4. That takes 1 and 4 out of here. That takes 2 and 3 out of here. So we get a 4 and a 1 in the central row. I'm getting quite excited now. 7, 8 pair there has to be matched by a 6, 9 pair on the orange tips. We get 3 and 2 up here. This is a clever puzzle. I mean, it really is ridiculous in some ways. We know what this is because we've got a 3, 6 pair. That is a 2. So that's a 4. That's a 3. This is 2, 6, 9, which adds up to 17. Now, neither of these can be a 9. That can't be a 2. This has to add up to 17 is why I know that. Can it be a 6? Could these add up to 11 without using 2 or 9, 8 or 3, 7 or 4, or 5 or 6? No, that's a 9. Those two add up to 8. So these two add up to 8 and are 5 and 3. This is now 2, 8, 6. That shares an 8 in the middle. We can fill in the others. This is a 3, 5 pair. So that 3, 5 adds up to the same as 2, 6. I have now used all of the cross and plus information, and the rest is Sudoku, as Hamlet so nearly said at the end of the play. Yes, 2 and 9 there. Oh, it's very hard to see what is unwound. Right, there's a 1. That has to go there. That's a 9, naked single. 4, 7 pair here that makes a lovely deadly pattern for now. I'm assuming that will get resolved. 7... No, 9. Right, so 9 and 8. 8 and 5. Yes, of course, we can use the crosses now. I forgot that. 7 and 4. That does fix the deadly pattern. 7 and 4. 5 and 6 are resolved. That 5 does this. 8 and 5. We can... Well, they've got the 6, so we don't need to use the crosses, but the crosses seem to work. We've got a 9, 8, 7 and a 7, 6, 5 renban. That has become a 1 when we place the 8. Oh, so brilliant to watch it unwind. Right, we've got 2 and 9 there. We've got 4 and 7 here, but we know which way round they go. And that's 7. Surely this is just going to feed up to different pairs in column 4 and 6. Oh no, that's now going to unwind this chocolate teapot quadruple. 5, 9, 6, 8. 5, 7, 6, 9, 8, 7. The renbans work. That 6 looks down here. The 9 looks down here. 3 and 2 are done. This had better not be a triple. No, good. 2 and 6. 2 and 3. What a puzzle. I wonder if there's another way to go about that. Disambiguating those two. Finding which one's the 5. Really interesting, that. I mean, what an unusual puzzle by Aud. Thanks to him for sending it. That's really interesting. And I very much hope you enjoyed that. That's a very unusual puzzle, in my opinion, by Audrin von der Wetering, and all the better for it. Thank you so much, as always, for watching Cracking the Cryptic, and we very much hope to see you next time on the channel. Bye for now.